Folks, Brian Donnelly, Infinity Yacht Sales. I'm going to do a little video for you today. We're taking a look at a Hunter 37.5. It's a 1998. It's got stack pack. It's got newer sails, fully buffed. Coming through here, Kopai is a beautiful boat. It's located at Cabrillo Isle Marina. The owners have taken care of it like not many people I've seen. I mean, this is a super clean boat. You know, this is the boat that you want to buy a boat from somebody that has taken care of it like this. They've been really meticulous about it, and it's nice when you could pick up and then just take over from when they left off on an older boat, especially because probably the age is less important than how it's been taken care of. So stepping up here, we see, and you probably can't see in the video, but our running rigging is all brand new. Our standing rigging looks to be in really good condition, and everything looks like it's mounted right, and it's not tons of rust or anything like that anywhere. Deck looks good. I don't even see any repairs. A boat of this age, on the deck a lot of times or somewhere along the hull, you would see some gel coat repair. We don't see that. He's got covers for everything. And you know, it's safe to keep it covered. We got to keep everything covered because then it doesn't get age, just the canvas does, and that's easy to replace. As you enter here, you have your Dodger. And I like the way that they built this Dodger because they built handrails in. A lot of times you won't see that on Dodgers. And once you get on a boat or on a sailboat that has this feature installed, you know how helpful it is when you're heeling over at sea and you're getting banged around and you need something to grab onto. This is a really convenient little item to have, okay? In the middle of this right now, I want to thank my boy, Mike Harris, for making this video. He's new to the company, but he's an old soul. We're glad to have him here. He's behind the camera, so many thanks to him. And I'm gonna ask, come on up, Mike, and let's kind of show these folks the cockpit of this baby. So coming in here, we have cockpit area, full cluster of auto helm electronics, which includes everything you would expect to see, except for a really advanced chart plotter. But the condition of the rest of the boat makes it so that you'll be glad to put add-ons or updated electronics outdate pretty easily, pretty quickly, and we have many great professionals here in San Diego that can help you take care of that. We know that boats are not cheap, but we do have a lot of good professionals here and good ways to get nice equipment. One thing you'll see here is the ability to turn this boat into a walk-through transom swim step area. This is the age of sailboat, and especially Hunter and Catalina. They started to create these swim steps and make it a lot easier to get into the water and make it water friendly so that you can get in and out of the water and really use the boat to its full potential. You have seating back here, as you can see, all nice new canvas, nice canvas bimini. You got your life sling set up. You know, as you come down, he's gone through and refinished all the wood. We don't have tons of wood on a boat like this, but he's gone through and he's really taken care of. I'm just looking around, and you know, just there's nothing I could say negative out here. You know, obviously a little bit of natural wear, but other than that, you know, the whole rig looks to be in really good condition. We have self-tailing winches underneath these covers, all self-tailing winches all around, and this is actually a power winch. So that's a nice little added upgrade feature. All lines run to the cockpit, which almost all sailboats, recreational sailboats, do these days. Not a big shocker there, but we're gonna get inside this baby and I'm gonna show you what's good and what's kind of just standard for a boat like this and what sticks out as far as an upgrade. Look forward to it. All right, folks, we are now on the inside of this 1998 Hunter 37.5, and the pristine condition continues. I mean, this floor, if they had a fork and a hamburger, I'd eat it right off the floor. I might use this as a plate later on just to have my dinner. Everything in here is just gleaming. All the woodwork looks beautiful. Somebody went through and refinished everything at some point. Even when you see here our acrylic, you don't see tons of crazing. Back here a little bit, you see some crazing on these. It's common for this age boat. This is not structural. It's not gonna crack because that crazing, it really is aesthetic. But something that's common and something that's actually pretty easy to change out. We have San Diego Plastics here in town, hashtag San Diego Plastics. and you could go down there and just bring those down. They could cut you some new pieces and you'll have them in no time. As we come through, pretty standard layout for this size Hunter. You have your nav station over here with all your breakers. Yeah, this boat is equipped with an inverter, so you have your inverter control. You have a small old school GPS map. This is, you know, back in the day when they first started making GPS for boats, something that you'd probably replace. Good thing is all our upholstery looks to be in good shape. I mean, they even have a cover on this table, which in these Hunters, I've sold a lot of these, you tend to see this finish gets a little bit milky and not in a good way. So they got that covered up, keeping it looking good. And true to Hunter design, we have the good old why not window. I don't know why they put it in there, but why not, right? So we got this window so that you could be a peeping Tom and see what's going on in there, or you could do whatever you want with that. But it does open it up. You have a small V-berth inside of here. This wouldn't be your main area for sleeping if you own the boat, not the owner's suite, but you know, you could stuff some kids in there or some friends you don't like or whoever. You could put them in there and, you know, don't make them too comfortable, as they say, and they'll stay a little too long. So we're gonna get down. I'm just gonna show you something real quick, an area that I like to look in when I'm looking around at a boat and I want to see what's really good about the boat. I like to pop a couple of hatches and look down in here. So looking down, it's a pretty dry bilge. I can see that somebody's done some through hole stuff over here. We do have a little bit of water in there. It looks like we have, you know, our keel bolts are in good shape, and the nuts securing those are in good shape, and that's something that you look at. We have some grounding going on here. It looks to be pretty standard, if not above average, bilge area. I'm gonna pop open this one right by Mikey's foot there, and let's see what we got doing down in here. Same thing, could use some cleaning up, to be quite honest with you. I like to give an honest review of a boat, but keel bolts are the main thing I'm looking at here. You see those keel bolts looking like they're melting? You got a big issue on your hands. We don't see that here. They're all full. The nut looks to be in good condition. So just a little drying up and a little cleaning up, and we're good to go. We'll take one more peek. See anything in here? No, nothing of interest. And from here, we're gonna move back to my favorite part of the boat, because I'm a big powerboat guy as well as a sailboat guy, is the power. Let's take a look at the motor on this baby. See what makes her hum. So have some little pins that pull open here to lift this open. Then we pop this up. Then I'm gonna have Mike, he's gonna have to duck down a little bit. I've already taken a look, but this sits right on there just like that. And as we look, you know, something that you look for on these engines is, here's your heat exchanger over here, and these are the end caps, and a lot of times you start to see salt and corrosion and, you know, things like that, and that's a big indication that that heat exchanger has not been serviced. And that's a, you know, that could be a way that you could, you know, have engine failures if you don't take care of the external parts on the motor. We don't see tons of oil underneath it. We see a diaper. We see that the hoses look to be in good condition. They're of the right type. They're not any kind of weird automotive hose. They're actually marine grade hoses, and everything looks clean and like they've been descaling and painting the motor. I mean, if you take care of one of these little Yanmars, they will run for, you know, ever. I mean, they could run for a very, very long time. I'm even looking back over here. You might not be able to see it in the video, but we have the mixing elbow. Looks like that has been replaced probably within the last couple of years. Other than that, I mean, I'm giving this engine space a 9 just because no one's perfect, not even me or Mike. So we're gonna give it a 9, but it looks great for this age boat. I mean, 1998, it's 2020 right now. That's 22 years of service that this baby's been chugging out, and looks to be in really good condition. So glad that we got to give you a peek at that. I'm gonna drop this down and give you a quick look here at the head. So I'm gonna have Mike come in and video the head as I talk. You know, forward here to the right in the picture, you're gonna see is a separate shower, and that is a nice feature to have on a boat. Instead of having a wet head, it does have kind of a little area that's separated so that you're not getting the toilet and the sink and everything soaked you'll see it's got a little shower rod, for lack of a better word, or curtain rod here so that you could enclose yourself. And then you have your drain there in the floor that's serviced by a shower sump pump. And just looking around, everything is clean. Even this through-hole valve, Mike, if you could get a picture of that valve down there, that has definitely been replaced. That is not original. Somebody's popping out those old parts before they get so bad that they cause problems and failures and other things, and they're changing them out. Even the head, although it's a standard just manual head, it is in good condition. Your hoses look to be good. Those hoses, after years, if you have a stench on your boat, which most boats have some kind of smell, but if you got that smell that makes you feel like you got punched in your nose when you came into the boat, those hoses will bleed. They will bleed that odor after years. You got to change them out. Holding tanks and hoses are plastic. Eventually, they have a shelf life. Once they're done after 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you got to change them out, and that's at the longest period. And you got to get them out so that you're not driving everybody crazy being the stinkiest boat on the dock. Nobody likes the stinkiest boat on the dock. So this kind of get that straightened out and keep it that way. This looks to be a raw water flush. So you're going to want to put chemicals in the head, in the holding tank to keep it, salt water and waste do not like each other. They're kind of like Donald Trump and Joe Biden. They're not getting along so well, and together they really stink. So basically what you want to do is you want to keep those chemicals in there to keep them balanced out, okay? We're going to take one more peek around. Mike, just do a quick spin here, and we're going to look at this aft cabin. This aft cabin is massive for a 37-foot boat, and you got tons of space where you don't feel like you're sleeping in a coffin. Sorry, folks, we didn't take out these cushions, but these cushions right here are in great condition. This is your cockpit cushions, so that, if you got a skinny, bony butt and you're sitting on that fiberglass, it doesn't hurt after a while. These are set up for that. If you're like me and you're a little chubby, you're fine for hours on your tuchus. But this is a really big area here to sleep in for a 37-foot boat. A lot of comfort, and just, do everything you need to do besides some things. But basically coming in here too, we'll do another video at some time of this boat and get a little bit more into details. But last thing I want to show you, and this is more for informational purposes, is where the drive shaft exits the boat is your packing gland, okay? So looking at this one, needs to be cleaned up. This is called patina. So it's not really corroded too bad, but that green develops on things from salt. But this fitting right here is supposed to leak. It's the one thing on a boat that's supposed to leak. It's supposed to leak once every 20, 30 seconds to keep the drive shaft cool. So you could expect to see residue and salt and all that down here because it's leaking and it's meant to leak. So when that drive shaft spins, if it's not leaking, you have a problem, which is a little bit counterintuitive. That's pretty much here what we got. Again, on this Hunter 1998 37.5 sloop rigged sailboat. We're going to be back at you guys with some video. They're going to be hardcore, they're going to be softcore, they're going to be funcore. Thank you for tuning in today. Have yourself a great day. Bye.